pay attention. As you can see, you have some plastic burning over there, and when plastic burns, it sizzles. When it sizzles, it drips. If it drips on your skin, it gets very hot, it burns through your body. Burns through your skin. Paper, on the other hand, when it burns, it curls and it shows a white, grayish film. Plastic, on the other hand, does not do that. It sends off toxic smoke, as you can see, going up there into the atmosphere. So avoid burning plastic if you can, because you're saving the, helping to save the earth, okay? Plastic is toxic, okay? We're gonna put some of these uneven paints on boxes, can get toxic as well. We're gonna put some of this box here on the fire, and this is what I said to you girls, why I don't want you to argue and fight among yourself. Right at this point, what we're doing, we're adding fuel. What do you see burning over there?
Paper.
Look at the plastic. What happens with the plastic? You see how it sizzles? And that sticks. Okay? Yes, it does. So when I tell you girls I don't want to see you argue among each other, what did I just do? What do you think you're doing? Yeah, look what happens when fire grows. Look at the smoke. See how it's going up? And up? And up? Yeah, because you know what? A lot of fuel is being added. Now, let's take a look at the source. Look at the source. What do you find at the source? Yeah, well, look at that anger as if it was, look at that fire as if it was anger. And when you get anger, you're adding what?
Fuel to the fire.
And when you add fuel to the fire, what happens? And it burns and it gets bigger and hotter. Ah, look at that flame. Let me stand back here a bit. That's a mighty big flame, don't you think? That flame is about 5 feet, maybe 6 feet high from the foundation. And that's what happens when you argue, when you fight. Okay? You're adding fire that is destructive to one another. You could hurt. You're hurting each other. So we will diffuse the problem. Oh, you see those things that are flying up there in the atmosphere? Can you see it? The little sparks that are coming off. On a hot summer day, you know what that would do? It would create a fire somewhere else. And that's the reason why it's recommended that you don't burn certain things. You don't start a fire on a very hot day, because you don't want any forests. What?
Fire.
I can't hear you.
Fire.
Okay. Why is it okay to do it today?
Cold.
Why? What makes it cold? What do you see on the ground?
Snow.
And what? The coldness will put the what?
Fire out.
Okay.
Snow. Fire.
So now you see right here where, you see how the fire has died down? Let's poke it in a bit. See? So now the fire has died down a bit from where it was, because all of that fuel has been burnt. Right? But there's still fuel burning underneath there. Now, when you don't forgive, when you don't stop, when you keep it in your heart, when you don't let go, that's what's covered up underneath, inside of your heart. The fire is still burning. So, what's the best way to get rid of the fire?
Put it out.
Put it out. And by putting it out, okay, what about if it's something that hurts you really bad? You got to put it out where? in your heart. And how do you put it out in your heart?
Let it go.
Let it go. How do you let it go?
Forgive.
Forgiving. How do you let it go?
Forgiving.
How do you let it go?
Forgiving.
Okay. So now you see that there's no more fuel that's been added to this fire. So the fire is dying down. So that could be a sign of you're starting to forgive, but you didn't forgive totally. So there's still a whole whack load of fuel sitting down there. And what if you turn this fuel up? Because it didn't forgive totally. What starts again?
Fire.
Yeah, look at that. Alexandria supposed to be paying attention. What's starting again? Because new fuel has been added to the
Fire.
and that's the fuel that's been sitting underneath there all this time. And that's when you don't forgive totally from your
Heart.
and if you don't forgive from your heart, then what you're doing? You're leaving room for a new fire to start. Please, let me see. Chanel, hold this onto the fire like that. I want you to keep holding it. Now, hold it onto there. Stand up, please. Right there, please. Don't move it. Now, what happens if you keep talking about it to yourself? Here's what you're doing each time. Each time you keep talking about the situation, putting it over and over in your mind, look what you're doing.